Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and my lockdown hairstyle. It is getting a little bit wild up there. In this episode, we're going to cover the most played pool game around the world, 8-ball pool. I was lucky enough to win the WPA World 8-ball pool championships in 2010. That's the game I started playing as a kid. We've all played 8-ball. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you 3 tips to improve your game. So, tip 1, after the break, it's an open table. I come to the table, let's assess which balls we can pot. That is tip 1. So in this situation, I can pot the red 3, the green 6, the 11 stripe and the pink 4. I can even pot the blue 2, even though it's a little bit long, but they're the balls I can pot. Look at the table and have a look at which balls you can pot. Tip number 2, now we're going to look if there's any issues on the table. So what I mean by that is any clusters, any balls that don't go in certain pockets. So just looking at the table, everything is fairly open, but one thing I've spotted is the 8-ball is very tricky. We'll talk about that in a minute. It doesn't go in this pocket, and the brown 7 doesn't really have a clear pocket, and the orange 5-ball, this stripe sort of stopping it. So this triangular section of balls, in my opinion, is an issue. Tip 2, look for the issues. Tip number 3, where is the 8-ball? The ball that is going to win you the rack. We always like to see which pocket it goes in. In this instance, you can see it doesn't have a clear pocket to go in this corner because of the orange stripe. And we like to work backwards. So this will determine which step we take and which route we will take. Tip 3, look at the 8-ball. So jumping back to tip 1, which balls can we pot? Many amateurs do this. They see the easy ball over the pocket and they roll it in and they get rid of the easiest balls first. Big mistake, because in this instance, as we've said before, we feel solids in this section is our bit of a problem area. The 8-ball doesn't go. So stripes are the balls in this situation. You have to play stripes. Even though the cue ball is near the rail, the 11 still flies in that pocket, no problem. It might be a little bit more of a harder pot, but don't chase the easy balls. Look for your pattern and take on the tricky 11 off the rail. Remember tip 2, looking at the issues. We know there's no clusters. My mind is already made up. I'm going stripes. I've got my plan set out. Let's have a look. Down here, we've got a lovely set of balls right near the black. I know if I can just keep these balls on their own near the end of the rack, we're going to have a lovely little positional shot to get on the 8. That is the best route. Also in this instance, there's also another sort of rule of thumb that some guys do say, try and clear one end of the table and then work on the other. That can work, but sometimes it doesn't always work. But with this layout, we can get rid of these top balls, work around the middle and get down here, and we're near the black, no issues, and we should run the rack. Okay, we've gone through the 3 tips, the 3 things you should be looking for when you're playing 8-ball pool. Now I'm going to run the rack and I'm going to commentate the rack myself, put all my lines and circles on the video and explain how to run these racks and what to do and what to look for as the rack unfolds. Let's get into running the rack. It's 10-10, it's the world final. Box office boys is at the table, he's going stripes. You can see he's got rid of the top end of the table. And have a look at this now, there's 4 stripes left, all near the 8. We spoke about this in the video. This is just a case of connecting the dots I had a little look round there, leave myself straight on this stripe. This is an interesting shot. Decided to play a little stop shot. This was purely so I had the perfect angle with the bridge. That took the element of risk out of it. Didn't hit the shot with the bridge too good, but the 8 does go in the left centre and the top. But I had a little bit of an angle, so I jacked up, and this is for $150,000 and the World Championship. Okay, we come to the table. Our opponent has missed his last ball. He's had a nightmare. He's getting slated off all his teammates, all the lads, they're ribbing him. He's not going to live this down. You come to the table. It's 4-4, it's race to 5. This is a must clearance. This is to win the match on a Tuesday night. I said before about some pros, some players, they like to work at one end and come down, right? In this instance, it's a little bit tricky because you can't take the red, the orange and the blue and come down and then start messing around down here. I'm going to drop the video in and just leave this section of balls and show you why. But for now, what I want to do is, the 8 ball is tied up with one of our solids. The 7 is a great breakout ball because as long as we land low on the 7, we can smash into them too. Now when we're breaking balls out, it's important we have other balls to land on. So the idea is you break these out as soon as you can. We've no angle on the 3, so we can't start smashing down into it now. But we have a nice little layout. We can play a little stop shot here, like so. We can play a stop shot on the green 6, and we've landed nice and low. So now we're playing a shot here where we're stunning the ball into these 2 balls and breaking them out. We can land on the pink, the blue and the orange because we're going into these balls early. Like so. So that's come out lovely. We're on this ball, we're on the 4 ball, the 8 ball has come out lovely, and you're in position to run the rack. I'm going to set them back up and show you what happens when we leave that breakout till the end. Earlier on, I showed you what I would have done, in my opinion, break out this problem area as soon as possible. Once you broke it out, we had a ball here, a ball over this pocket. It was a great time to break this bad ball out. If we do what a lot of amateurs do, they clear the easy balls and they leave this situation. So now they're relying on a bit of luck. You've got to pot your ball, go into them, and you can only land on one ball. That is the big problem. So your chances are slimmed down a little bit. So let's just see where this ball goes. Yeah, and there you see, you're relying on a lot of luck. I've gone behind the 11, I'm full ball hooked. It is never a good thing to do. If I'd have broke out them balls earlier on, remember I had the pink 4 here, so I could have still been on this ball. Always try and knock out your ball when you've got more balls on the table. That will give you a higher percentage of landing on the ball and clearing the table. So remember guys, follow them 3 things on one day, you could have one of these beautiful glass trophies, World 8 Ball Champion 2010, and etch your name on history. Some fantastic players have won that trophy, the likes of Efren Reyes, Wu Cha-Ching, Ronnie Alcano. Guys, if you've liked today's video, hit the subscribe button, share. See you next time.